Let's go to Aaron. Aaron, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, O&A?
Hey, bro.
Hey, did you guys see that Monica Lewinsky special last night on HBO?
Yeah, that was kind of a waste of time, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey.
Man, she's stupid, like, just talking about how the media is, like, you know, hurting her and everything, but that's the only thing that made her.
She's
such a hypocrite. And every time a girl asked a question, she started crying.
If she thinks the media is hurting her, why doesn't she just go away?
That's what I'm thinking. I don't even want to see her anymore.
She stops going on Larry King and Barbara Walters and making her own and stops making these documentaries. Guess what? We're going to forget about her.
And if she wants to clear her name, do it for free.
Don't anyone be fooled. And I really don't think there are many people that are being fooled by this. She maybe wasn't getting invited to all those parties she was getting invited to. The stories in the newspaper settled down. More important things happened in the country than a presidential Hummer. And she was starting to feel a little, hey, what can I do to get invited to the big parties again? And get out into the social scene.
To stir up a little interest once again.
Well, I'll approach HBO and go on this huge thing where I come out on stage. It's taped in black and white, very dramatic. And I'll say that it's based on things I wasn't allowed to talk about before.
You know why
because of the gag order.
You know why it was filmed in black and white?
Gag order. How about a gag reflex? Why?
It was filmed in black and white to hide the fat cells.
Yep. Really?
Black and white hides fat cells.
She did look big.
Yes.
Oh, when they showed her walk out on stage, opening shot, the stage hand there goes, hey, here you go. It's time. Opens the door. They show her from the back walking out. Her ass is so wide. You know, she's got a cute face. She's one of those girls. Why don't you lose weight? You got such a cute face. But they showed her from the back and just a wide load. Big ass.
All right. The fact is that she loves the fact that people are talking about her. She just wishes it wasn't over a BJ.
Right. She loves the attention. She loves to think that maybe it's something other than that that made her famous. But the truth of the matter is, no, that's what it is. She sat her fat ass down on the stage. First of all, they should have just dropped in Zyklon B out of the goddamn vents when she walked out and gassed everyone in that audience because she sits on the stage.
Except for the black dude.
The
black dude shredded her and was the only one brave enough to confront her and go on her.
I'm just talking about the opening because she comes out and what do? Oh,
I got the opening.
They all start clapping.
Now, when she walks out on the stage and everyone starts clapping, what are they clapping for?
I'm watching this going, oh, what, Nobel Prize winner? Did she cure a disease? Is she a hero? Did she do that? No, you sucked it. Well, you sucked it, and it belonged to the president.
Technically, they should be applauding then. Every man should applaud that.
They're clapping over a Hummer.
Don't discourage it.
She got the right ta-ta, but the wrong ho-ho.
Wow.
Let's hear the opener.
All right. Jay wants in real fast. Jay.
Hey, I got something for the 55 drum challenge that's guaranteed to make these girls puke.
Yeah, what's that?
Put in a taped copy of Rich Voss's act.
Oh, you are cruel.
You know, today he's here, my friend. Usually he's not here, but he's outside the studio, and he'll be able to defend himself in just a bit here. He brought Patrice in, and did they bring the sex tape? Ask him if they brought the sex tape. It was the only reason they were coming in today.
I just heard Patrice go,
sex tape.
He forgot the tape. Ooh, Patrice. Ooh, you in trouble.
Tell me, he's my point man.
Oh, you're in trouble, Patrice. How can you do that? Oh.
Damn.
See, they're already arguing out there. All right, Jay, thank you.
You're welcome.
We're gonna get through this Monica thing, and then we're gonna move on to some hilarity.
But we're gonna get through this. We're gonna turn this thing around.
All right, I got the audio of the opening you're talking about.
Here it is. Now, who would you imagine's walking out on the stage when you hear this?
They're applauding over a Hummer.
Yes. Applaud her. Oh, my God. She did such a good job sucking. She sucked so good. She's one of the best suckers.
Hi. Thanks all for coming.
Really Thanks for coming, she said. Did you hear that, Opie?
I guess really the best way to do this is for you all to know that you can ask me anything you want. I may choose to not answer it. And I hope this is informative, and I hope I'm articulate. And
oh, Oh, it's such pressure. Oh.
And I'm just really grateful, actually, to get to do this.
I have nothing.
This is really neat and special for me. So.
It's neat and special
neat
for me.
And special.
That I finally get a chance to talk about a Hummer for an hour and a half.
At least you know she's like every other fat chick. She cries and she's aggravating.
Yeah.
She got the most sought-after mule in the country and she's still belly aching, you fat C. Shut up.
She's always willing to please.
I absolutely hate her.
What a witch Linda Tripp is, too.
Oh,
I never even realized.
She has cancer, doesn't she?
They had some great, I think. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh, it's breast cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets out on this stage, and she starts, it's sort of a Q&A. The people in the audience are going to ask her questions, and she's going to answer them if she feels like it. So, how does the president's C taste? Probably she wouldn't answer. Probably. But she's answering other things about, how did it feel to be thrown into the spotlight, blah, blah, blah. Those are the questions she's answering.
Let's go to Michael. Michael, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey, Mike.
When I was watching it last night,
Wow.
I was waiting for Anthony just for what he's doing now.
Yeah.
She walks in there, walking away. I mean, you put white shorts on her. She saw a 3D movie on her ass.
Yeah, the ass was huge, man. They should not have done that rear end shot of her walking out.
Did you guys see the moment with the girl, some affair she had with one of the guys, and that girl was in the same class she was, and they were bonding with each other?
Yeah, a little bonding going on. Some whore bonding.
What part of the tape was that, Florentine? Was that in the beginning or the middle?
The bottom line is, I wasn't even, I was just looking at it with such disgust. I mean, I didn't even know when it was on, when it began, when the middle was, and when the end was. But when the guy called it a BJ queen, that was classic.
Yeah, it was definitely classic, because that's all she is. That's all. She's trying to tell us that she's more than that, but no, that's all you got.
Yeah.
And you're right, Opie, about that one guy who started ripping into her. I don't understand why you're doing this. Why are you doing this? Why are you making money off of this? Blah, blah, blah. She was like, well, what are you doing here, sir? I mean, I would have loved to have been there. I would have tore a new one.
She started crying at that point, yeah.
All right, guys, take it easy.
All right.
Later, man.
All about a Hummer.
Yeah, she started crying. She got all emotional. The thought that she believes she should be famous, but not be famous for what she's famous for is ridiculous. Yep. Accept it, embrace it, suck it.
She really thinks she has something to contribute besides her fat mouth.
Her big, fat, wanting mouth.
All it is. Cover the loneliness with anything. If it's not cake, let it be a mule.
Monica, the reality is that's all you have to offer.
That's right. No one cares about you as a person.
Larry King and Barbara Walters and go on The View, but the reality is that's all you got.
Monica, does she honestly believe that anyone's watching these shows and tuning in and going, I just need to know more about her as a person? Or, I wonder what the trouble that she faced after this whole thing happened was. No, the second my eye trains on the TV and you're on, I go, that's the chick that gave a Hummer to the president. She sucks. That's it. That's the girl. That's all anyone's thinking. It doesn't matter what you're saying. It's not about what's coming out of your mouth. It's about what went in it.
But you say that like it's any other different when any other woman on the planet is sleeping.
You know what?
It's any other different. That shows you I'm tired.
Oh, you
little
stink.
Korean nothing.
And she likes to think that the president really cared for her and stuff. There was no loving involved.
No.
I picture a scene out of like Slap Happy.
Yeah. Just grabbing her hair and shoving it. You puke, you bitch.
Or cherry
puke.
popper.
I'll call you Hillary and punch you in the face is what I'm going.
All right, we got a little more audio from last night on HBO with Monica.
And the president was running back and forth, and he and I had this sort of look flirtation that had occurred before then, and it was nothing. It was a flirtation, I mean, I was like, great, okay, this is fun.
Sorry, I thought that would be funny.
It just
usually fart is funny. Sorry, I hit a wrong button.
Escalated that day, and later that night, I was passing George's office, and you know how when you pass an open door, you usually look in? I looked in, and he was standing right there. and he motioned me in, and I went in, and we started talking. And, you know, I mean, at that point, it was sort of obvious to me, you know, there was this mutual thing going on, and I was, and so I sort of blurted out.
Try again, jackass.
No.
And he smiled, and he said, "We don't want to come into the back office." And
listen how she's talking like it's a goddamn little liaison in high school or something. You want to come to the back office? And everyone's like, "Woo! The president wants a Hummer from you."
Delusional.
Totally.
I'll talk for every guy out there. She gave that look like, oh my God, I think I could get a Hummer from her, and she's not going to tell anyone.
Hey,
that's where the president was wrong. And you know what? If you watch the whole damn thing, she didn't want to tell anyone. It was that Linda Tripp bitch.
Linda Tripp, her pal.
But that's the look, Monica, he gave you, like, oh my God.
All right.
Wow,
I'm gonna get this. We had it. She talks in terms of a relationship. Relationship? No, he's a married guy, and he wanted the Hummer. And your mouth was available. Your mouth passed by the door. You opened the door. You saw Bill Clinton. He saw your mouth and thought he'd shove it in.
He was so excited knowing that he could get away with it.
Yep. Who wouldn't, you know? You're the president like that. You're in his situation. You're married to that slob, Hillary. And then all of a sudden you're like, hey, who's passing by the door? Oh, goddamn, look at that. Of course, if you're in his situation, you're gonna get in here, fatty. Open it up, fatty. You're going bees deep. My bees are gonna be right there on your lower teeth. Try not to eat them, fatty.
He looked at her and realized right away that she had problems in her past.
Yeah.
And the fat thing, maybe a little self-esteem thrown in, a little self-esteem problem.
Now the presidential C is unleashed.
Not saying every girl that's fat has a self-esteem problem, but
I'll say it. They all do, and if they don't, you should. Lose a few pounds, you awful slobs. No one wants to F you.
But you know what? Some girls can't help it.
Yeah, good. Of course they can help it.
Glandular in some people.
Glandular.
Is it really?
Glandular.
Really constantly putting cake into your fat mouth is glandular? No, it's not.
Glandular.
No, it's not.
Glandular.
All right.
And the only thing's worse, the little skinny guys that follow him around because their fear of being left is there.
Chubby chasers.
Exactly, yeah. They're so afraid of being left, they need to be mothered.
Chubby chasers. Very popular.
Awful.
All right, here's another clip from Monica.
Testified that you didn't have sexual relations with Monica Lewinsky in the Jones deposition under that definition,
That's correct, sir.
If the person being deposed touched the genitalia, would that be, under your understanding then and now, sexual relations?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it would?
Yes, it would. If you had a direct contact with any of these places in the body, if you had direct contact with intent to arouse or gratify, that would fall within the definition.
So you didn't do any of those three things with Monica Lewinsky?
You were free to infer that my testimony is that I did not have sexual relations as I understood this term to be defined.
Including touching her breast, kissing her breast, or touching her genitalia.
That's correct.
There's a big part of me that is so incredibly offended by the way he described what happened. I mean, his testimony, he testified that I served...
Shut up!
Are you kidding?
Shut up!
So offended.
Offended. That just proves he could care less about you as a person.
Right.
You stupid bitch.
Trying to save his hide is what he was doing.
There's one way
if he really cared for you or he was in love with you, sure, then he would have went with it.
Okay, I touched her.
He didn't give a flying crap about you.
She is one.
Delusional.
She is one in a long line of mouths that have been around that thing.
Let me finish the clip.
Come on.
Serviced him. That's what he testified to. So his testimony was that he didn't touch me, I touched him. So while people couldn't call me a liar and a stalker, per se, that didn't change a lot of people's image of me being a whore.
You know what the message here is? Vote for Condit. That's a guy who knows how to handle these pigs. Shovel. Just slob.
Pass the lime, please.
Exactly. Why, never dug a hole? I'll dig a hole.
I'll dig a hole. Like I never dug a hole.
All right, here's...
I got lime in the car. What the...
It had a hoof.
It was a hoof. It was the frosted side.
Here's the phone call to Linda Tripp, Anthony.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
First time I ever looked into his eyes close up and was with him alone, I saw somebody totally different than I had expected to see. And that's the person that's been there at tender moments. And he has been distant and vacant for me for the past few months. On purpose. I don't know why. He's not letting you in. He's not letting you in because it's dangerous to let you in. He let you in, and now he's afraid. He's afraid. Fear is the biggest motivator.
She fed my...
Ugh. Do you realize that's how the women talk to each other on the phones? All the gossip. The look was a sex-crazed president. Go ahead, Jim.
I'm just thinking, it's two fat chicks.
Yeah.
This whole mess was by two fat chicks. If you're not shoving it into your mouth or if you're not sucking it, you have to be talking and telling tales, don't you?
Yes, she couldn't keep her mouth shut
They
when
never
it came
can
to,
for any reason.
to talking about
slobs.
this. Everything would have been fine. She keeps her mouth shut. She doesn't tell that Linda Tripp. And but no, they had a relationship. She's a little chubby. She's got to tell all her friends how she's suckling.
You know what? I don't blame her.